Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme and today we're playing more FM21 with the Swansea way save. New skin, gone with Heifer. I changed up the background to keep a little bit of the purple in there rather than the dark blue it normally comes with. So hopefully not too shocking of a change, but a couple of the player pages and whatnot will be slightly different to look at. So quite interesting, but a lot of information and laid out quite well. I quite like the skin, so I'll see how I feel about it, if I really want to dive back into an old skin or not. But for now, I think this will pretty much do us as we need to. So happy enough with where we are, as I say, for now. We got our team picked out for the next game. The next game is against Braga. It is the start of our Europa League journey, and it should be a very, very interesting game ahead for us there. As you can see in the league, couple of draws. Southampton and Wolves, not amazing performances. Slightly struggling to get into some of those games after, in the last video, beating Reading, and again, not a great performance, and I think we needed to make a couple of changes to how we played to step up. Cautious was really good against the big boys, but it really didn't help us out too much. We had to go more attacking and positive. We stepped up in the last game, actually, against Burnley and played that. Got a good result. And like I say, now we're going into the Braga game. So not too much time has passed. Everyone else is pretty much the same. Demir is in, but Demir is not quite fit yet and had an injury, still dealing with that. £22.5 million for Yusuf Demir. Gibbs White is in permanently now, worth 19 million, and everything looks good here too. Okay, we're going into the game then. I think that's the only thing we can do. I'm cautious. I think I'm happy with the team. It's my best team. So I can't really do anything else. And we've kind of been dominating the last few games, really, but not playing well and then getting beaten. And really bad players too. Really bad players coming up with goals against us and actually being a force out on the pitch. So I'm not quite sure why or how, but there's still a lot of issues in the game, in the match engine, that FM just hasn't taken out. And like I say, in a couple of my test games, I keep getting beaten by worse teams playing like a really good tactic. It's just that we do seem to dominate, and opening 30 minutes here, we're dominating once again. This is our first highlight. And I think it's mainly when teams sit really deep against us. Oh, that was good. That was good there for Cook. He could have got the goal. He could have got the goal. Yeah, in one of my tests is I've got a really, really good young regen defender. It's David Niguez, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's a very interesting name. I had to be able to try and pronounce, but it's one of those Spanish regens in Season 3 of an Athletic Bilbao save, and he cannot defend when I'm watching. He's a very good defender, and it's always him. It's always Niguez that's in the wrong. His positioning's poor. His entire sort of movement, like, he won't mark, he won't tackle, he won't win a header. But if I don't watch the match, if I actually just sort of, you know, let him play in friendlies and let my assistant take charge of things, we seem to get like a massive man of the match rating out of him. But wow, Tim Roning's on his way to a fine in this game. Well, As the latest goes down. That's not amazing. Kyle George, okay. I'm actually going to take Tim off. I'm going to take Tim off for Tim Bender. Stephen Bender's going to come off instead, because him just didn't do anything there. We'll see if it costs us. Again, I feel this is kind of one of those games where we might just be in for a bad time. Regardless. Brewster works into a good position, poor shot. And Petty's able to make that save, but yeah, it's just defenders and midfielders that really start to wind me up a little bit on this game so far. A lovely ball. That's a lovely save. We're up against a phenomenal goalkeeper, it seems. Or at least a goalkeeper in phenomenal form again today. And the last 3 or 4 games, I've actually seen quite a bit of that across multiple saves. So, yeah, not so good from ours, but come up against them. And we're going to take a 0-0 draw at home here, which is kind of interesting. Like I say, Bender didn't play well. Nobody else played too badly. But that's definitely a game we should have won. And we just keep falling into these draws, which is really kind of poor. Really, really kind of poor. Yeah, the goalkeeper played well. And again, we keep coming up against good goalkeepers. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Yeah. After such a good preseason too in this save. But like I said, I'm actually starting to experience this across multiple saves and multiple players. And like Tim Roning is a phenomenal goalkeeper, and he's not playing well. A couple of the goalkeepers I've got are not playing well. Some defenders. Like in this save, George, I can't get sort of playing really well. And I think I should be able to. I think he's good enough to be like actually putting out some big ratings. And in my test save, the Spanish save, I've got Niguez, who is, like I say, just seemingly at fault for almost everything. And he's got like 18s everywhere. So there's no reason for that. I can't see a reason tactically, but I guess there's got to be one, because I don't know. I can't really think of any reason why that might be occurring otherwise. Team cohesion's not letting us down. So I'm not really sure what that is. It might be a leadership idea that we need to solve. I don't know. There's a void there right now. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I've got to be honest. I'm really not sure with it. But I'm hoping that we can rebound quickly, because we've got to go to Turkey. And then Leipzig, Arsenal, United. Like, that's going to be a really tough run. And then it's an away game before we go away to Leipzig. And if we don't get that done, if Braga do the same to us as they just did at our ground, they're probably going to pick up 3 points in that game. So if we want to get out of this group and we want to stay up the top end of the Premier League, which right now we are overachieving and keeping ourselves up in that limelight, things have got to change. And that's all there really is to it. Things have really got to change, and we've got to get our act together. So I haven't played the Catania save. Again, that's going to be kept for Twitch. Well, players like Roning and Niguez and George all not playing well. I really do think that there's been some kind of update that has changed something that my tactics don't like. So I'm using the same tactics. I'm not really sure, but we'll get to the bottom of it, and we'll change it up, because as I say, these players are far too good to be making the kind of mistakes that they're doing. And in the Bilbao save, we've actually got, like, the same team together for 3 seasons straight. It's not like there's any issues whatsoever there. So, team cohesion is high. They all love me. We got some great team leaders. Great determination, etc. Everything looks really, really good there. So, it's not exactly based around those factors either, where it might explain this save to a certain degree, no team leaders, and still working on cohesion, but no. If it feels match engine, and the only way really you can counter that will be with the tactics. So, yeah, we're going to have to see how that works out. At the end of the day, we're just going to have to wait and see how that works out. Let's see how we can respond and what we look like and where the league is. So, it's not bad. Again, we're only down to 3rd. Man City lose again. They lose away to Southampton. But United keep winning. Liverpool keep winning. Arsenal have the game in hand like we do. Wolves actually move up to 5th. Palace are still high, even though they just dropped down to 6th. And Man City can't capitalise either. So, it's where it is. Chelsea, Tottenham underperforming. We still see those issues creeping into the game. But, so be it. I will take all the help I can get right now, especially if that match engine has changed and the tactics have changed, and we do need to sort of pick up something and change something somewhere. I'm not sure. But we do tend to dominate games and then give up results. So before I forget, we're going to go in and we're going to issue a warning to Tim Running. I don't think anybody really deserves too much praise. 7-1, 7-2, that's decent, I guess. George had a 7, so he actually did pick his game up and played okay. Yeah. Not amazing, and okay, Tim might be better going forward now. So there's that at least to consider a positive about that last game, and we didn't lose. If we can beat Braga away, then that's the 4 points I was kind of targeting from those fixtures anyway. It's not the end of the world. I just wish I knew why these players, like I say. And it does come down to defenders and goalkeepers mainly for me. Niguez is a centre-back. George is a left-back. Tim Running is our goalkeeper. And they're all being kind of the main guys. I mean, Bornau's been slightly guilty of it as well. And it's marking as well, which he's pretty good at. He's not amazing at, I'll give him that. But he is pretty damn good at marking and everything, so I don't think it's an issue with quality of players. Like I say, it's tactics, match engine looks more likely to me. Okay, looking at the shortlist, we're continuing to build this out. Swansea Way deals 20 million for Christopher Ager. That could still be a very good pickup if we want to do that. Whether we want to do that sort of in terms of the central defense or defensive midfield, I don't know. I felt we've probably put so much work into that already. We don't need to do it again. Vlasic, again, attacking midfield. We've just signed another couple of players for that role, so we probably don't need to pull the trigger here either, but we know him. He's a good player. He's very decent and can probably be very effective going forward for us. Looks like about 10 million we'll get Strahinja Pavlovic. Very decent again. Not that quick though. And I don't think he adds too much that we don't have already. And I'd like a bit more pace in that back line if we're going to move on from the players. Still saying about 8 million for Lammers. I don't think, again, he's an upgrade over Brewster or Kyle George. I think he's probably a Tyler Roberts kind of guy. So he'll fit there as like striker 3, striker 4 maybe. Colombo long term could definitely be more of an option. I don't know how good he's going to be. And his report didn't come back that good. I've got to say, his report actually only comes back at a 58, which is kind of interesting. Seeing how good he might actually be potentially. So I'm getting mixed messages. And I'm not sure he'd want to leave Milan. And I'm not sure they want to sell him. So even though it says like 6 million, I'm kind of questioning that. I think I want to see him go out on loan, see what he does before I really drop the money, because that's quite the report. See, that one says 84. When I hover over it, it comes up with a 58. That's a 99, but it comes up as a 65. 83.60. 74.91. 78.82. I mean, that's the closest, I would say, out of all those. And 76.78 isn't too far off for a Sunshine, who I really do think would be a great pickup. So, we still got that 22 million release clause. We can pick him up for a decent amount. So we'll see kind of how they all progress. But that's kind of the short list in the team. But we are starting to see, like I said, a little bit of the match engine issues that plagued us on FM20. The decisions, the way that defenders are very slow to react and don't seem to recover. But they're never caught out the position for the other teams. They tend to sit so deep that they just kind of block every shot. And if you have 5 shots in the box, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, you'd think maybe one would get on target, but they don't. And because I'm not playing a deep line, opposition gets those opportunities against me. But if I play a deep line, I stretch my team and they win the midfield and they score anyway. If I play a high line, at least I generate chances. But if they're playing a deep line, it negates a lot of my chances. And it's based around luck at that point. Kind of from what I can see. Am I good defenders? George, like, he very rarely tracks back down the left-hand side. Niguez is a man mountain. He's like 194 centimeters tall. I think he's got like an 18 or 20 strength. I can't remember which. Got like 16 pace, 16 acceleration, good anticipation, positioning, work rate, determination, marking, tackling, heading. He just doesn't win the ball in any case. So, yeah. If you're having these kind of issues, let me know. Hit me up comment section below. Like, subscribe while you're there. Check out the description. Link to the Patreon if you want to do help and keep this channel running. But I'm kind of not sure. I've looked on the forums and everything. I can't see anything too much. So I think we're just going to have to play it as it lies, as normal. That's all there is to it. There's not really anything we can do about it. But I do hope if we get a Niguez kind of defender or just player in general of his quality into this Swansea save, that he doesn't perform as badly as he does on the Bilbao save, because we're not kind of gonna handle that well. I'm really hoping there's a match engine update, I think, is where I'm at. And I'm going to look into modding the match engine, or at least the physics engine. The physics engine, I think, is definitely something that we're going to do. We've still got Jorge coming in a couple of years' time. But I don't know. I mean, let me run through the team very quickly, position by position. You guys tell me if you think we need anything extra. I got Roning with Maxero and Bender as backups. So I'm pretty happy there. Keith Williams, probably long-term backup. Right backs are Henriques Wagwe and Henry Jones long-term. So I'm pretty happy there. I'd still think that we need another 2 or 3 to fill out the reserves and the youth team. I think we're weak there. But current players and potential players at the position, I think we're okay. We've got George starting at left back with Max Lowe as backup, Brian Facey as a long-term, Jordi Govea and Matt Blake kind of long-term backup options, and then centre-backs. Starters are backups, and then a multitude of players that should be good enough to get into a first-team squad. Now, are they going to be good enough to really get into the starting lineup? I don't know. Gillespie, Cabango might, Riccioli might. Gozzi Faustino might be centre-back 3, as Mike Ludwigson possibly. Yeah, we're seeing the ratings change as well. We've got a new assistant that's quite good at ratings, so we're actually judging off him. And until we get those epic regens, like Niguez, like Pau Hernandez, like Luis Amadeo, then I don't really want to spend too much more money on this team because we've already really overhauled it quite a bit to date. I'm surprised to see Xavi Shintes down there now as like a 2.5 star potential player. I really felt Shintes would be a good player. Again, I'm not sure exactly how to say it. But he's cheap. He's done okay. He's out on loan. We'll see. But like defensive midfield, I think we got enough starter and defensive options. And there we got some good young players coming through centre mid as well. Quite deep. And I've still got Heathcliff and Bevan who have come through the academy and look really, really good. The attacking mids, again, very solid, very decent. Quite like where we are. And then strikers. Again, I think I'm very happy there. So, maybe fullback, in terms of young fullbacks and backups, potentially, is where we might want to be. I think left backs are good. So, I think right backs and goalkeepers, perhaps. Again, I think we're kind of okay on goalkeepers. Maybe add one. Add in a couple of defenders. Mainly at that right back position. Pretty good in terms of what I see in midfield. Yeah. I think that's going to be the focus. Is just trying to round out the squad while we slowly build a tactical familiarity, which, like I say, is really, really good on the primary and is getting there. Tempo changes, mentality changes. Mentality changes is what actually causes the tempo. So we'll see that, and then it's just them learning their positions, them just training, and then getting to know one another and really improving this dynamics. This team cohesion is going to be big. But I don't know. I think that's where we're going to leave it there. We're coming off the back of some not great results, as I say. But we are actually unbeaten. We are unbeaten. We've got some tough games coming up. Sort of, as I say, that Everton run through Leipzig away is probably the big test for me right now. So, October's really dodgy. End of December, we pick up, or mid-December to end of December, we do pick up again. Man City, Tottenham, Liverpool in 4 games, including Brighton away, following Trabzonspor, that we might need a result to get out of that group the way things are lining up, perhaps. So, yeah, that could be another dodgy month. So, October, end of December, possibly carrying through depending on the FA Cup draw, with that home game against Chelsea being quite difficult. So, again, not great. And then here, February, we got United, Arsenal, Everton, back to back to back. And we end the season with Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham. And the big two are away, so, you know, there's not a lot of points to be won over those final 3 weeks, I think. We need to kind of get our business done by the end of April. So we'll see where we lay. We're overachieving. We're still overachieving this season. Got a game in hand that could carry us all the way back up to second. We kind of got to take that. It is against Brentford. They're not playing well. They're down the bottom end. So I'm going to run through some of these games. I'll be back in a bit with more updates. I think we might target... I like playing at home. I do like playing at home. So maybe the Everton game or the Man United game at home. See, if we have good form building, then I might take it through to the United game. And that way I'll be able to update you halfway through the Europa League group. I don't want to do back-to-back Europa League games. But we might do the first and the last. So I think, yeah, if we've just done Braga, we might do United, and then we do Trabzonspor. And we will possibly do those two in the next two videos. And then possibly, depending on the draw of the FA Cup game, if not, maybe that Brentford or Palace game. Maybe the Palace game, because that takes us to the end of the transfer window. We can round up any business we might have done in the transfer window. And we'll see from there. But those are kind of the games I'm picking out for the future. But as I say, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you very much for the continued support. If you do want to help out financially, there's a way you can spend a couple of dollars a month. Link in the description to the Patreon. You can head over onto Twitch and subscribe there. We will be having content going back up on Twitch soon. We're just away over Christmas. We're dealing with family. We're going to be sort of stepping away from Twitch. But the YouTube videos I'm recording ahead of time to go up to cover that period. So if you're here, if you're on YouTube, you're not going to miss anything. It's only on Twitch that things are going to slow down for the time being. And we'll pick it back up in the new year. So thank you very much. Take care. Stay safe. See you soon. And wish me all the best of figuring out what's going wrong. And I really hope we can fix it.